Hello, namaskar, namaskara, namaskaram, namaskar. My name is Pooja Dwivedi. Welcome to the third class of the Map Insights series. I have already taken 2 classes in which we have talked about those places which are in the news frequently. Again, I have come up with so many regions in the news today. Now, before I begin, I would like to tell you that last time I asked a question to which many of you answered it correctly. And if you are seeing your name on the leaderboard, congratulations. Also, I would like to tell you that do not at all try to make notes. Why? Because I provide you the PDF of each and every class that I take here on my Telegram channel. This Telegram channel is by the name of Pooja Dwivedi UPSC. Okay, this one. If you have any questions in mind regarding the UPSC examination, you can talk to me on my Instagram as well. Let's move forward and of course talk about the P2I batch. 22nd of July at 6 p.m. we have launched our P2I batches. This is for prelims, mains and interview. That means it's kind of a holistic foundation batch but much better than offline. How? Because we are going to provide you every sources in hand. First of all, we are going to provide you the interactive classes, books, that is study materials delivered at your doorstep, mentorship session, prelims test series, mains test series, daily answer writing practice, everything that is supposed to be there for the preparation, it will be provided. Other than this, you will also get the mains residential program. This is for those students who are going to qualify the examination of pre-2024 and they will be called to the StudyIQ campus to study with us without any sort of distractions. Lodging facility, eating facility, everything we are going to provide you. This is costing 70,000 for Hindi, English and English batch, separate batches we have. But if you use the code PDLive, this will be made available to you at just 29,999. Let's solve the last question together. Consider the following statements with respect to North Korea. It shares a border with 2 countries only. The East Sea lies between North Korea and China. The 42nd parallel is the latitude that divides North Korea and South Korea. This was a previous practice question that I asked. The names in the leaderboard pertain to this only. 1 only, 2 only, all 3 none. Now North Korea has been in the news for most of the time because of its, you can say, very scrupulous intercontinental ballistic missile program. Recently it was in the news because Travis King, a US official, a US soldier, crossed over from South Korea to North Korea from the demilitarized zone. So that is why this question has been asked. This is North Korea. North Korea shares a border with, of course, South Korea, China, and interestingly, here a very small border with Russia. So first statement becomes incorrect for that matter. And East Sea is not between China and North Korea because as you can see, here is Yellow Sea, which lies between China and North Korea. So first statement is incorrect. Second statement is also incorrect. And the 42nd parallel came into being as a latitude, but it's not the 42nd parallel that divides North Korea and South Korea. It is the 38th parallel. Okay, so if you are asked a question about the latitude that divides North Korea and South Korea, it is this 38th parallel. Okay, all right. Now let's move on to the next part of the series. Recently, Russia has withdrawn out of the Black Sea Grain Initiative. The Black Sea Grain Initiative was important for the food security of the world. Why? As Ukraine has been called the breadbasket of Europe, that means it exports a huge number of wheat. At the expense of Ukraine, Russia has become it is supposed to be or predicted to be, Russia will become the largest exporter of wheat now in the upcoming few years. So, through this area, when the Black Sea Grain Initiative was signed with the help of Turkey and the UN between Russia and Ukraine, it was supposed to provide a buffer of a certain place, of a certain width and length, so that from the ports of Odessa and other important ports, the cargo carrying important edibles, corn, wheat, could be transported through the Marmara Sea to the rest of the world. But now as Russia withdrew from this treaty, it has struck important ports of Ukraine. That's, of course, a move in the wrong direction. The Black Sea Grain Initiative was signed in the year 2022. just 1 year after its existence. It had been earlier extended twice, but now it's not in existence anymore because Russia is not okay with it, saying our own agricultural goods are not being transported well. So this particular deal ensured that Odessa, Yuzhny and Chornomorsk, from this region only to the Istanbul port, this corridor was provided. First, the cargo was checked that if it carried any arms and ammunitions. If it did not, it was allowed to pass. Hence, not a lot of impact was there on the food security. But now, these all ports are under a lot of threat. They are being struck by missiles. And of course, we have to understand that I asked this question on my Telegram group. I gave an answer writing question. Many of the students have drawn this map as well. So I know that you must, of course, enrich your answers with maps. So that is why map, if you enrich your answers with maps, what will the examiner do? Examiner will say that this particular aspirant understands the question. They are interested in the regions of the world. That is why map in new series will help you for your answer writing as well. For getting involved in the answer writing program also, you can connect with me on my Telegram channel. Consider the following statements. The Black Sea is bordered by 6 countries, which includes countries like Greece and Bulgaria. The Black Sea is connected to the Sea of Marmara by the Kerch Strait. The Don River drains directly into the Black Sea. How many statements given above is or are correct? Very interesting question, I guess. See, the Black Sea is a very important trade route when it comes to food, fertilizer. And it is bordered by Turkey, Georgia, Russia, Ukraine, even Romania, Bulgaria, but not Greece. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 countries. That is correct, but not Greece. So if you're a student who is just going to be all excited about the number of countries, like here, you have read this much and you have read Bulgaria, but you missed out on Greece. You might take it as a correct statement, but this will be wrong. Alright? And the Black Sea is connected to the Marmara Sea. How? With the help of this particular strait, which is not the Kerch Strait. Why? Because here, as you can see, I have shown you the Sea of Marmara, and here is the Black Sea. How is it connected? It is connected with the help of Bosporus Strait. Okay, and not the Kerch Strait. As you can see, the Kerch Strait is over here, which connects the Sea of Azov to Black Sea. Okay, and it lies between Ukraine and Russia, the Sea of Azov. I hope you understood that. Another than that, the Don River. The Don River actually here, it drains into the Sea of Azov. That means it indirectly drains into the Black Sea, but not directly, right? Direct rivers are Dniester, Dnieper. These are the important rivers that drain directly into the Black Sea. But as you can see, the Don River is going into the Sea of Azov first, which is connected to the Black Sea with the help of Kerch Strait. Alright, so that makes, very importantly, the first statement to be incorrect. Second statement is also incorrect and third is also incorrect. How many are correct? None. None will be the correct answer. Yes. Let's move forward and talk about the Don River a bit. It rises in the small reservoir of Shat Peninsula, and it is in the central Russian upland near the city of Novomoskovsk. It flows generally in a southern direction before it enters into the Gulf of Taganrog. It enters the Gulf of Taganrog. So remember, if it is asked about the Gulf, in the Sea of Azov. Alright, moving forward. Iraq has told Sweden that if any instance of Quran burning occurs ever again, they will sever ties with Sweden. Iraq has said that. So, we have to ask ourselves questions with respect to this region only. Sweden. Here is Sweden. Okay. Now, let's move ahead and talk about the important water bodies and the countries between which they lie. First is Gulf of Bothnia. Gulf of Bothnia lies between Sweden and Finland. Gulf of Finland lies between Finland and Latvia. and Gulf of Venice lies between Italy, Slovenia and Croatia. So what do we have to see? How many pairs are which are given above is or are correct. So Gulf of Bothnia, let's talk about Gulf of Bothnia. And also understand that Gulf of Bothnia lies here, which is between Finland and Sweden. Okay, so Finland and Sweden, let us see if it is correctly given. First is definitely correct. Then we have Gulf of Finland. Gulf of Finland lies between, from this map only we can understand. Here will be Gulf of Finland, which lies between Finland and Estonia. Okay, these kind of questions could be asked. Finland and Latvia, here it is written. Latvia is not there. Estonia. And the Gulf of Venice. Gulf of Venice, this is the zoomed in picture. I will show you that as well. Gulf of Venice rightly lies between Italy, Croatia and Slovenia. So as you can see in this map, here is Gulf of Venice, Italy, Slovenia and Croatia. Alright, so I hope you understood how we are going to cover this. Gulf of Finland lies between Finland and Estonia. Alright, and Gulf of Bothnia is over here between Sweden and Finland. Alright, so how many became correct? Let's see. First is correct, second is not correct, third is correct. 2 only will be the correct answer over here. Alright, moving on to the next question. It is related to the heat in Europe. Germany, important southern European countries, they are seeing or witnessing unprecedented heat. So consider the following countries: Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland. How many of the above European nations possess land north of Arctic Circle? The question here is talking about even a little bit of land of these countries if it is existing. So the exclusive European nations which possess land north of the Arctic Circle includes which regions? Finland, Sweden, even Norway. This is the Arctic Circle. Denmark is also there, Greenland of Denmark. And although Denmark proper doesn't lie within the polar zone, its largest self-governing overseas administrative division, Greenland, does. And because of this particular reason only, we are going to say that all 4 will be correct. Okay, so all 4 options will be correct. Moving on. In North America, Canada lies within the Arctic Circle, and the Alaskan region of the USA lies. So USA also has a territory north of the Arctic Circle. Alright, moving on. Israel has recently recognized Moroccan sovereignty over the Western Sahara, and it is going to say that in Dakhla we are going to open our office. Dakhla is a port, it's kind of a port city which is in Western Sahara. Western Sahara is a disputed region. So Israel has recently said that I say that Morocco, this belongs to the state of Morocco. Okay, moving on. The Western Sahara is a disputed region between Morocco, Algeria, Mauritania, Morocco, Nigeria, Morocco, Mauritania, Nigeria, Morocco, Tunisia, Mauritania. So let us see what is this region, Western Sahara. It's a sparsely populated area and mostly it is desert in nature. It's in northwest Africa and it was a former Spanish colony, and it was annexed by Morocco in 1975. This particular region, as you see, Morocco. Okay, here it is occupied by Morocco. Alright, and Polisario is an armed group which holds this region, and that is why a lot of disputes take place, and there is a long running territorial dispute between the people of Western Sahara, and many countries say that this belongs to them. So Western Sahara is actually a disputed territory between the countries of Morocco, Mauritania and Algeria. Okay, Mauritania, Morocco and Algeria is the correct answer. That is option A. Alright, let's move on and talk about the next one. See, we also have to understand the history of Western Sahara and certain disputed regions so that we can get better interested in them. A 16-year-long insurgency ended when the UN brokered truce in 1991. There was also a promise of referendum. The people would be free to choose to which country they should go or belong to or be independent, which has still not happened. A buffer strip or berm is there. It is filled with landmines and fortification, and it's very rich in mineral reserves such as phosphate reserves. Also because it is near, it has a coastline. Fishing activities, any country if it annexes Western Sahara, fishing activities will contribute a lot to the economy. That is why. Two people were killed recently following anti-government protests in Kenya, and that happened in the Kisumu region of Kenya. That is why this question has been asked. With respect to Kenya, which of the statement is not correct? It doesn't share a border with the Red Sea. The port of Mombasa is situated in Kenya. The equator passes through it. It shares a border with 4 countries. So let us see the map so that we can understand this question well. Kenya. Through this, as you can see, the equator is passing. So that statement is correct, that the equator passes through Kenya. Then the next question is about the countries which are surrounding it. It is surrounded by Tanzania, Uganda, South Sudan, Ethiopia, Somalia. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 countries are there, not 4 countries. So we know about this as well. Next, the port of Mombasa in the Indian Ocean is situated in Kenya. And why is Mombasa important to us? Because recently on the International Yoga Day, we also built an international ring of yoga through which INS of Indian Navy, it went to different ports, and Mombasa was also one of the ports. As you can see, here is the port of Mombasa and INS Sunaya went there. That means this region is important for India. Okay. So what happens? Yes, as Kenya is over here and Red Sea is over here, it doesn't share a border with the Red Sea. That is also correct. So option A is correct, option B is correct, option C is also correct, but not option D. So here the correct answer will be option D. I hope you are enjoying this process. Moving on. At least 9 people have been killed and 16 have been injured after an explosive device accidentally detonated in a field in Democratic Republic of Congo. As you can see, Democratic Republic of Congo, and this incident happened in North Kivu. North Kivu is a lot in the news because of various reasons. So what do we have to see? Let's look at the question. We have to match the region with the country. North Kivu, Mali, Darfur, Sudan, and Amhara, Ethiopia. North Kivu, I've already told you it's in the DRC. So first pair is incorrect. Let's talk about Darfur. Darfur is the region which belongs to Sudan. It's a region in Sudan here. Okay, so second is correct. And then Amhara is, here is Tigray, and to the south of Tigray we have Amhara in Ethiopia. Okay, so that makes, let's see, that makes the first pair to be incorrect, second is correct, and third is correct. Okay, so 2 only will be the correct answer. Also keep in mind, we have launched our optional batches. Bumper optional sale is going on for PSIR, sociology, geography, philosophy, history, public administration, mathematics, anthropology, and Hindi Sahitya. If you're interested in our optional batches, we had a good launch with P2I batch. So you can use the code PDLIVE, and this will be valid till only 26th of July. Okay, use the code PDLIVE so that you can get a heavy discount from 24,000 in any of the option. You can use my code. It will become 13,999. All right. Now let's move forward and talk about DRC a bit. Here I attach the map for better understanding of the DRC, because many people do not know about these kind of countries. Because of course DRC and India as a relationship right now we do not have much. Understand that this is DRC. And the Katanga Plateau is situated in the south of DRC. Lake Kivu, Lake Edward are some of the important or key lakes that are situated here. The river Congo also flows through it, and it has a very small coastline with the Atlantic Ocean. Some people can think it as a landlocked country, but it is not landlocked completely. Moving on to the next one. Next question is with respect to authorities in South American nation of Ecuador. They have confirmed that an oil spill has occurred in the Pacific region, and this is the country of Ecuador. It shares a border with the Pacific Ocean, and of course here is the Golfo de Guayaquil. Okay, And here, where did the oil spill occur? Oil spill occurred in Esmeraldas. Okay, in Esmeraldas. Now, major oil spills of the world have been occurring since time immemorial. But the major ones have been from Americas as well, from Latin America, from European nations, here the Gulf crisis, and this has caused a lot of damage to our ecosystem. Now, what do we have to see? We have to see if a person wishes to travel from Chile to Suriname. Recently, Indian president went to Suriname. Suriname is a good country for us, important country for us. In a clockwise direction, like this, using only the coastline so that they can enjoy the beautiful beaches of Latin America, then what is the correct chronology of the countries they will come across during their journey? Okay, so now we will see what is the correct order they will come across. First, from Chile, they have to go to Suriname. Chile in East Africa and West Latin America, and Ecuador, from Peru to Ecuador, then Colombia, then Venezuela, then Guyana, then Suriname. You must be thinking why we are just going through the coastline, because it is asked in the question. So first the person will go from Chile to Peru, then Ecuador, then Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana. Okay, so let us see. First Peru, then Ecuador, then Colombia, then Venezuela, then Guyana. Then that is option C. Option C is correct. Alright, let's move forward. Now, a question isn't being asked because North Korea's question has already been asked in the first practice question that we saw. But the news is there that USA is finding problems in dealing with North Korea because Travis King, a US soldier, he crossed over from South Korea's demilitarized zone basically to North Korea. Okay. Next, under pressure from the opposition, which accused the treasury benches of mishandling the Mahadayi crisis, Goa's water resources minister is unhappy with the way things are working. So here, as you can see, Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Goa are in conflict with respect to the rivers such as Mahadayi, and that is why this question has been asked. Mahadayi is also known as Mahadayi, Mahadei, and Mandovi in Goa. So we have to match the rivers to the disputed states. Mandovi, states involved in disputes: Maharashtra, Karnataka and Goa. Krishna, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Maharashtra and Kerala. Kaveri, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry and Kerala. So let us see one by one how many pairs are not correct. So as you can see, this is the Mahadayi or Mandovi river, and it is going through a very important region, Goa, Maharashtra and Karnataka. It originates from the Bhimgad Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay, remember the origin of Mahadayi river, and it is essentially a rain-fed river. That means whenever rains will happen, then only it will be swelling, and it is shared between Karnataka and Goa for their water needs. The river flows 35 kilometers through Karnataka and 52 kilometers before it drains into 52 kilometers from Goa before it drains into the Arabian Sea. Goa, considering its geographical location, has an upper hand over the waters, and the regions of northern Karnataka along with the bordering areas of Maharashtra and Goa have been depending on Mahadayi river since a long period of time. And as you can see, the next question is with respect to Krishna river. Krishna originates from the Satara district of in Western Ghats, from the Satara district of Maharashtra, and this is north of Mahabaleshwar only. It extends over, the basin extends over Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Maharashtra and Karnataka. In the total geography of India, 8% of it is drained by the Krishna river. It rises from the Western Ghats, I have already told you, and the total length of the river from origin to the outfall in the Bay of Bengal is 1400 kilometers. And there are very important tributaries of it, such as Bhima, Koyna, Ghataprabha, and Nagarjun Sagar project is also there. Then we have Tungabhadra, Malaprabha, Varda, Vedavati, Tunga. These all are the important tributaries of Krishna river. Then comes the Kaveri river. Kaveri river is another very important river which has a basin in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala and the Union Territory of Puducherry, as you can see. And important dams are also built over it, such as Mettur Dam. In the total geography of India, 2.7% is drained with it, and the maximum length and width it has of about 560 kilometer and 245 kilometer. Again, as you can see, Kabini, Hemavati, Arkavati and Amravati, there are many important tributaries that drain the Kaveri river. Alright, and it rises at an elevation of 1341 meters, where Tal Kaveri, which is in the Brahmagiri range near Chirangala village of Kodagu district of Karnataka, and Harangi, Hemavati, Shimsha, Arkavati. Other than that, there are so many important rivers that join the river Kaveri. Okay, remember that, because sometimes origin can also be asked. So see, the first pair is definitely correct. Second is not, because Kerala is not in the picture with respect to Krishna. Third is correct. So not correct, one only will be the correct answer. Next is with respect to, let us see, what is this? From north to south, arrange the following in the correct order. This has been asked because recently Sri Lankan president was on a visit to India, and Prime Minister of India informed on increasing the air connectivity between both the countries, and also taking the decision to start a passenger ferry between Nagapattinam in Tamil Nadu and Kanke Santurai in Sri Lanka. Okay, so what do we have to see? From north to south, arrange the following in the correct order: Park Strait, Park Bay, Gulf of Mannar. Now let us see. Here is Kanke Santurai. From here only to Nagapattinam in Tamil Nadu, we will have a ferry service. Then we see here is Park Strait, then we have Park Bay, and finally we have Gulf of Mannar. Alright, so Park Strait first, then Park Bay, then we have the Gulf of Mannar, and here, as you can see, is the Adams Bridge. Here is Dhanushkodi, okay, in the Pamban Island, as you can see. So Kanken Santurai is not there in the question, but Park Strait, Park Bay, Gulf of Mannar. Park Strait first, then Park Bay, then Gulf of Mannar. That is 1, 2, 3. That is option B will be correct. Okay. Now, this question will be the practice question. It is related to the recent event about traditional medicines that happened with ASEAN, between India and ASEAN. So, consider the following statements. India shares a border with 2 ASEAN countries. All the ASEAN members have a coastline. So, we have to see which of the statements given above is or are correct. Comment the correct answer in the comment segment. Specifically tell me the reasons. Then you will get your names reflected in the leaderboard. The PDF will be made available on my Telegram channel. Thank you so much.